Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. The Man United podcast beats the Ballers at the Bridge. Podcast beats Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast. A crossover of all three podcasts. But please make sure before we talk all things Manchester United, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur, hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. And subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm TV as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Joined by my two regular co-hosts of the show, my bro from the best coast, which is the West Coast. Peter's in the building. You know what I'm saying? And also Jez is in the building as well. What are you telling me, Peter? Are you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. It's been a busy day, but I'm here.
All right, man. Love that. Love that. Yo, what are you saying? Yes?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I just seen the comment as well. I did just see the comment. I was gonna say, people, please make sure you keep all your questions and comments Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs related. But for unforeseen circumstances, you can ask questions about Southampton. You can ask questions about Dortmund. I'm sure you can ask questions about Stuttgart. If you want to ask some questions, I don't maybe some other teams. We'll get into that because both Peter and Jez have got on loan elsewhere in the Premier League. So I'm sure that explain why during the show, if you don't know already. Obviously, regular watchers of the channel know. You know, but why you'd go on loan to Southampton and Dortmund makes no sense to me. But here we are, people. Here we are. Don't forget as well, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. And Surfer said it here, flawless. I understand why you're on the show. But we have a Dortmund, we've got a Dortmund and a Southampton, we've got a Dortmund and Southampton fan. Can we get some real fans for Spurs and Chelsea, please? Now, I hear you with that. Big up Timo, who says times 2 as well. Surfer says, ask just about the whole FN Bundesliga. What's the FN Bundesliga? What have I missed?
Since the love of football is gone, obviously I'm playing an FM5 right now.
Oh,
Yes,
FM.
obviously.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
playing. I'm playing Düsseldorf right now. What's so funny?
I just seen Timo's comments. I'm just gonna ignore that, and we just gonna buy certain shit. We just bypassing it. As the host, I just take host, you know what I'm saying, responsibilities and bypass. But yeah, Manchester United and Chelsea drew. Spurs lost at home
I
to
never forget
Newcastle.
this guy showed up to our first show and was backstage thinking he was going to see her.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. So for those that don't know, we might as well go there. So
And he brought it up.
again, so yeah, so we are gonna. So Peter, I'm glad you brought that up. So obviously this show sparked off because I was like, I need to get all the big six mentioned and spoken about. So that's why I do the show with Cam's the Gonna Talk. That's why I've got the Chelsea and Spurs show. I will be incorporating City and Liverpool as well. The schedule is just crazy busy, but I will incorporate that at some point, maybe in the new year. So this show started. Obviously, Jez is our Harry Kane in terms of we have no other option in terms of the Spurs fan. In regards to Chelsea fans, everyone knows there's plenty of Chelsea fans on this channel. So this is the first ever show of this, people. So I turn up, Peter turns up, Jess turns up.
Everybody who was tagged in the tweets for the show.
Yeah, everybody.
There were only 3 people tagged. There were multiple tweets. There were multiple Instagram posts. We were the only ones who were tagged on both platforms. There was not a 4th name. There was not a 5th name. Vitor's @ was not there. It was not included. And so I pull up to backstage, right? It would have been a Monday. I feel like it was like the Monday after we played Tottenham. I think that was our first show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what, Monday, August 14th, some shit like that. And I just see Vitor in the background. And I'm like, no offense, but like, well, I was thinking, like, what is he doing here? And then I realized
I felt bad when he was here. I was like, right, I actually felt bad for a second. But go on, carry on.
And I realized he's only here because he thinks Elena is going to be here. Like, he knows he's not supposed to be here. He was fully aware, and I'm thinking, why did you think she was going to be here? You think we would just have her on the show and not tag her on the socials? Like, that doesn't make sense.
This guy's crazy. So yeah, basically Tebow turned up thinking he was gonna see Gil. That's what it was. And I was actually feeling bad at first until Peter made me aware of why he was here. And then he had that dumb look on his face. You know what I'm saying? And
This
when I
guy
say
was
that, Timo
begging to
did.
play Spurs an additional comp so we could maybe do previews with her.
It's like, yo, just message her. It's really not that deep. You know what I'm saying? And that. Really not that
As
deep.
if this is the only platform that you can engage with her.
It's crazy. So yeah, people. That just lets you know all you need. That lets you know all you need to know. Big up to Marcel. Says big up to Pagans, Flawless putting them hours in. Big up to you as well. See, the chat's already going crazy. It is. But yeah, like I said, Chelsea and Manchester United drew. Spurs lost at home to Newcastle. We did do watch alongs on the channels for both. So we'll start with the Lao. So Jez, we'll go to you. You know what I'm saying? And you lot get your questions in on all three clubs as well. But we'll start with you. Losing 2-1 at home to Newcastle. Your thoughts?
We lost. What should I say? We lost.
Was it a surprise? Was it a shock? And yes, there is an NBA watch along, 1 a.m. Chicago Bulls, Boston Celtics on the Twitch, people.
What shit today?
Yeah, today. Yeah. There's a watch along today.
I didn't know. I can't believe Uni is just gonna Flawless. I'm jumping on. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Come feel free.
I'm gonna go a bit late. Fuck it. You can't tell me I'm gonna miss that game. I'm sorry now, but I am going back to
the Bulls are gonna get smacked. So
because I need to see Matasa crying on the two. But going back to the sport that I don't love no more. Yeah, man. What should I say? We lost. It's not surprising. If we would have won, I would have been like, yeah. If you would have won, I would have been like, how did we scam it this time? Like did we scam it off a corner again? Penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lost. Playing anti-football. The manager says it would take at least like 2-3 windows with this negative football and no trophies. Like, no vibes. Like, no flair play on my team as well. Like, nobody that can just give me elasticals or like not even step overs. I ain't even getting step overs on my team.
No Sema. Shout out Sema from Watford, man. With the best elastical I've seen all season.
If you tell me, bro, I have to watch this football and I ain't even getting a step over, and I need to wait like 2-3 windows. Fair enough, man. Anyways, all I can say is we lost. That's it, man.
Okay, but you've lost 2 out of your first 3. Clearly, out of your last 3, you want Conte gone. Do you see the beginning of the end in terms of results? Number one, do you see it so in terms of results, or secondly, Conte getting fed up and him walking?
See, this is where the really fucked up part is. All the managers that I thought we could have gone and get after at the time when I was calling for his head are gone now. So even if you sack him now, we can't realistically get somebody in right now other than Pochettino. This is the only realistic thing. So for me, I changed my stance on it and I said I have to wait till the end of the season, even if that means I won't watch a single Spurs game no more. Because for me, it's really hard now to go and attract managers that like started off either at jobs that this season or managers that already left, aka like a Potter to Chelsea, left already their clubs. So for me, it's very hard now to try to go and think of a manager I can think of is suited enough to go get us through the season, because in the end of the day, it's a really weird situation because people think it's weird because people think I was the one, because people that are calling out the Conte out people, calling them out and asking them, did you expect Conte to come in and after one summer everything's gonna change? We're gonna be competing for title. I was the one that was calling out all these people that backing Conte like to their knees, because I was like, you guys were hyping this up, and I'm like, what is there to hype up about? Like, I don't see it. And for me, it's like, no, it's like I would rather want a new manager to come in the summer instead of having to come in the middle of the mess when the fan base are pissed and everything. Because the funny thing is, Conte's talking about 2-3 windows. Are you even going to be there next window? Are you going to sign a new contract? That's the real question to me.
You've been talking about this contract
for
for
me.
a minute.
I've been saying for a minute, bro. a big reason why I'm concerned is because the guy needs to sign the contract for me to believe all this thing about you have to stick with the manager bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you sign me a contract and you show me commitment, I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna give you some faith. But as of now, your contract runs out on the 30th of June 2023. At this point right now. So from this moment on forward right now, how can I trust you to be even here in next summer? And people talking about Enoch didn't back him, all this nonsense and that. Funny enough, Richarlison alone cost more than Bruno G, Kim and J, and Kavicha, from both of them play at Napoli. 3 players that Spurs were interested in getting at. But nope, we spent 60 million on a backup striker that Conte wanted, by the way, that hasn't performed since the 2 goals that he has scored in the Champions League. Zuma, for whatever reason, cannot understand his tactics. He didn't perform. Perisic, he's one of the better ones, but again, it's not. He didn't elevate us at that left wing back spot where you can say he needs to be playing week in, week out. Like the signing that was scrutinized the most, which was Longley, in my opinion, been the best signing. I think he has actually improved that left-sided centre-back position. In my opinion, he's not good defensively, but for me, when I looked at what the signing can bring, I never expected him to come in and be this defensive master now, clearing up balls and that. Now he's there to help us progress the ball, but what's the point when Conte wants us to sit 90 minutes in our own box? So even now it's like, so he's signing him to help us progress the ball, but you want to sit back for like 90 minutes with centre backs that are not comfortable defending. Cool, man. So when we really look at all this backing this summer, none of the signings so far are even playing to like at least a 6, in my opinion, other than Longley, in my opinion. And this tells you a lot with me. So you want to tell me, okay, he wasn't backed enough, and we should have spent more money, but all the signings so far right now aren't performing. Well, I look at other team signings. All of them are working well. All of them performing at least to a level where I'm like, you know what? I see why they bought them. I'm impressed with them. All of the signings that we have made, I don't see the point of why we signed them. And I'm like, everybody knows that we're not gonna go from one summer all of the sudden competing for the title. But the way we have spent the money this summer, we spent over like 150 million this summer. And you can't tell me you can't buy 2 centre backs, a left wing back, a right wing back, a midfielder, and 2 attackers with that type of money. And I always said this, like you always say, why you always says Flawless. People say this, yeah, but we need to spend 60 million on Bastoni. We need to spend 50 million on Asesco. Go and score these guys that are cheaper, that you know can have a potential to even become better in a contest system that can elevate and up at the level. Not all the great players were bought for like 70 million.
True.
You can go and scout the people. And the funny thing is, we do the scouting, but we then decide to buy the dumb shit. People talk about Enoch not backing the managers. We have spent 110 million on Lo Celso and Gio Lo Celso and Ndombele together. And Napoli's team probably alone, all the players in that Napoli team probably don't even cost as much as them 2 together. But that Napoli team generally looks a lot better than our team.
Yes.
But we talking about we need more money from the owners now. We need smarter recruitment from the people in the board that Conte works together with. So I'm like, I'm not even playing with the window on the owners, because the money was there. The money that we spent was enough, but them 2 fucked it up. Paratici and Conte, them 2 fucked it up. But people don't want to talk about it because he's the world-class manager, and you have to blame Eric Dyer. But we can't. Why we need to blame Eric Dyer because apparently for whatever reason we can't attack because he's in the field. We need to blame Davies that didn't even play. Luis, we already knew he's dropped out, but everyone was happy he signed that new contract. That, by the way, Conte wanted him to sign a new contract. So it's like, again, like, it's really weird what I'm seeing from people contradicting themselves. And the energy that has changed from going to we can be out there this season with this type of manager. To all of a sudden, this team is not good enough. We have to spend. The owners need to spend over 200 million. No, you don't have to. But again, people think this is the easy solution is to spend big, but it's not. It really is.
No, I hear that. Marcel here. You lot continue to get your questions in. Big up Eddie again in the chat as well, and everybody else as well. Spurs need a creative midfielder. Would you have taken Dybala on a free?
Yeah, I would have taken him. Yeah, I would took anyone that's competent playing in that type of role. But the issue with him is he's injury prone. So it's like, would he even be fit like that?
All right,
I would have taken him. Yeah.
And I'm guessing your sentiments of the Newcastle game is the exact same sentiments pretty much when you played Manchester United, because we haven't spoke since then. Obviously, we've not had a show since.
100%. Again, bent over again for like whole 90 minutes. Didn't try to really attack. And when we attacked, you can see the lack of creativity, the lack of the quality of the wing backs just wasn't there. Like, I know, funny enough, in the group chat, I said before the Man United game, I said in the group chat that Perisic may be our best attacking wing back, but the issue is defensively he's not a good defensive wing back to be playing there. When we're gonna, and I told you, Flores, even in the preview the day before, that we will give United all the ball. We don't.
You did say that.
And for me, what's the point of playing Perisic when we're gonna be in our box for like 90 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
And you saw how it ended up the matchup.
You did say that.
It's too easy.
Because Danny says here, I was there weeks ago, Jez, but yesterday the majority of the rest turned yesterday. It's about to get toxic. So you see this now becoming a Conte in versus Conte out thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%, because people are not going to stand here losing football and watch this type of football, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, at least it's bro. I told you my love for the game is gone, bro. I'm going to Dortmund, bro. I'm sorry.
You did say you went. Yeah, you left to Dortmund early still. Like you was early.
See, the thing is, I'm seeing pictures of like some terrorism in the history. I'm seeing Napoleon. I'm seeing Hitler and all these guys photoshopped with Contes and Joseph and Nuno's heads. I'm like,
you lot ran the gauntlet in terms of like managers who play defensive football.
And none of them you are. See, this is what I'm saying. The ownership, people act like I love our ownership. No, I'm just being real. When I looked at the managers, obviously, the funny thing is, I was never, even to the end, I was never Jose out. But I'm Conte, because with Jose, it's like, he at least got us to a cup final. Yes, Conte got us top 4 for what? We're not going to win anything for top 4. At least Jose gave us an opportunity to go and win something.
Well, I was going to get to that because obviously you're in Champions League action this week. You play Sporting. Yeah, I'm saying I get to show, man. This guy, man. I'm talking about Tottenham, not Dortmund, you Egypt. So yeah, Tottenham currently sit top of your group with 7 points. Marseille on 6. Sporting, who you play next, on 6. Frankfurt, who you play on 4. Are you confident you get out of this group?
The thing is, if you beat Sporting, we are through to the next round, innit?
Yes.
So all we gotta do is beat Sporting. So again, because all we gotta do is beat Sporting, we're not making it out of the group because we're gonna lose to Sporting, we're gonna draw to this some bullshit, and then we have to go to Marseille away, and you know how these Marseille fans are. So I think we're gonna butter under the pressure.
So what you reckon? 3rd, 4th?
I hope it's 4th, man. I'll be real with you. I don't want to go on Europa. I don't want to go Europa League because it's a waste of time because we're not going to win it.
Despite that, what do you think? What do you want to happen? Which we'll get into.
Yes, this is what I think as well.
What do you think will happen? Oh, you think you'll finish 4th?
I think we find a curious way to go and battle it both games and finish 4th. But then obviously it would depend on other results as well.
That is true.
But based on the other results, obviously it's going to depend on if you're going to be a 4th or 3rd. But I feel like we're going to battle because I'm sorry, because Højbjerg is still not a guarantee to play against Sporting. Kulusevski, obviously he tweeted on IG like some pictures with like a clock. So I don't know if he's going to be playing against Sporting. But then even then, he just comes back from injury. How well is he going to perform straight up? Is he going to perform to the same level again straight away? So Romero apparently is also it's a precaution, so he probably not going to play against Sporting. For me, it's like we chew or we lose to Sporting. I'm sorry, we finishing fourth. There's no way we're going through. We're not beating We're not beating Marseille away. Did you see our first game? Our first game, we let Marseille bent us over, and I don't even think they're good.
Jesus, so you think you finished fourth? All right, we'll go to the I'm saying the notorious content hater of the channel. Peter, let me ask you this. What do you how do you see this group going for Spurs? Do you think they get out of the group? Do you think they finish third, or you would judge where they finish fourth?
They finished third.
You reckon they finish third and end up in Europa?
Yeah,
All right,
no, I don't. Look, you guys know my thoughts and feelings on the guy. I said it in the summer. You guys called me a hater. You called me insecure, all that stuff. It's fine. I'm glad most of us are on the same page. You weird Conte loyalist, it doesn't make you cool. It's not going to make you friends. Like, go make some friends in real life. You'd be all right. Like, there's no reason to be wedded to this guy's horrible just ideas of how to conduct himself and how to manage. Like, Conte is one of the most overrated managers in this era of football. And he has been for a very long time. He is lucky that Chelsea signed N'Golo Kanté and paired N'Golo Kanté with Eden Hazard and Diego Costa in a period where Pep and Klopp weren't near what they are now.
That's true.
So he could pick up a league title. He is lucky. He's very lucky that he went to Juve at a time when Milan were going through their troubles, Inter were post-Jose, and there was a power vacuum in Italy. Conte is a very lucky manager. I have no doubt that he will leave Tottenham either in the summer or before then, and he'll phrase it as if they didn't do exactly what he wanted, because getting them Zaniolo is the difference between playing shit and playing not shit. Like, my beef with Conte is he doesn't really improve players.
Okay.
He needs a certain type of player that's just mediocre and then can put them in a system and make it kind of look good. It's all very workmanlike. Like that Euro 2016 run that everybody loved Italy for. Guys, they lost to Ireland. They beat Belgium, cool. And I think they beat was it Sweden? 1-0? Something like that. They beat Spain, nice. And then they lost to Germany in the quarterfinals. Mancini took mostly that same group. Well, not even mostly the same group. Mancini took a worse group, changed formation, and won the Euros. Like, say what you want. And I don't even rate Mancini that highly. Like, I don't know. Just all of, like, Conte's, like, achievements in his managerial career, when you put them in context, they're really overrated. I'm not even, like, then we get into the European competitions that he handles at club level. I don't want to speak about it. The stats are out there. Go look them up. It doesn't look good.
The guy is 11, 12, and 13 or some shit.
Yes.
What do you mean he's 11, 12, and 13?
11 wins, 12 draws, 13 losses.
It was like 35%.
Exactly. It's something like that. It's very close like that.
Percentage in the UCL, man. 35%.
I said 11, 12, and 13. I think it was just
Juve, Inter, Chelsea, and Tottenham in the UCL. It's not like he's managed Brugge.
Hey, respect Club Brugge, man. They have a better record than him.
Look, they're going to win a group, and Conte is probably not going to do that. So it is what it is. But, like, look, Tottenham, I don't understand the difference in people's attitudes towards what Jose was doing and what Conte is doing now. I don't get it. Like, I don't think Tottenham should have ever hired either of them. But that being said, you kind of know what you're signing up for when you do that.
Yeah.
Conte's never rebuilt a club that's taken his foundation and gone on to do anything they weren't previously, like, well-known, capably of doing.
Hey, don't worry, man. He's a world-class manager.
We can say, yeah, he won the league with Juve. The moment Conte left Juve, they started doing better in Europe. We can say he won the league with Inter. The moment he left Inter, they started doing better in Europe. He won the league with Chelsea. Yes, we had Frank Lampard and Maurizio Sarri after him. Like, put it this way, guys. Do you think if Conte stays for 2018-19, we win the Europa League? I don't.
No, it is record.
You can say what you want. Oh, they had the best team. Conte had the best team in the 2014 Europa League knockout round, and he didn't make the final. Like he had the best team in the 2020 Europa League knockout round, and he didn't win. He lost to Sevilla. Sevilla beat you guys and Conte's team within like a 4-day span. Like it is what it is. Like I just don't understand why people thought a leopard would change its spots. That part doesn't make sense to me. Put Chelsea's 2017 window next to Tottenham's 2022 window. Put them together, they look exactly the same. Our window is referred to as one of the worst for a major club in modern history. I don't know why we don't look at Tottenham's the same.
Yeah, that
It's
window
the it's
is
the it's the it's
overhyped.
the it's the romantics that comes with a content. Because like, at the
What is
time when he came,
romantic about this? That's what I don't get.
no,
Like,
no, no, no. It's the romantics of people somewhat of content, like loving this guy, like it's weird because it's not like this guy's done anything at my club, or it's like because it's weird because it's not just my fans, bro. I remember all over summer, I'm like people saying, "Yo, your window looks amazing." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Newcastle has a better winner than us." And it's not like Newcastle where spending 300 mil. No, they spent about the same money we spent in the summer. And I'm like, Newcastle's window looks way better because why? They addressed areas, even if it wasn't main targets that they're looking at originally, they addressed areas of problems. Instead of like, you know what, no, we're waiting for the guy that we want. They fixed the team to the level where like this team can at least be steady top half team now, at least. What we did is by squad players that can be coming off the bench from Conte's view. And I'm like, I understand you need a striker in your system, you need backup forwards and that. Why are you spending 60 million on one backup striker when you can see you need two centre backs? You need backup forwards, you need literally midfielders, you need a right wing back, you need a left wing back. You can even argue you needed a goalkeeper, but you gave Luis a new contract, so fair enough. But you're acting like, but nah, because you need to spend because you want what? Bastoni for like 70, you want Quadio for 90 million. What does he think this is? This is not a club that spends this type of money in a window. And this is what I'm saying. People don't understand. Like Peter just said, this guy never went through a team where he has to build a team with limited funds. So you guys expecting him to do something when he never even done something like this. And I'm like, okay, he's a world class manager. You have to give him the money. But then look at the shit that he does to teams when you give him the money. And look what the teams and look at the teams that what every time when he leaves those teams, look what happened to those teams. They set him literally back. And this is what he's trying to do with my team if you're gonna give him the money. He's trying to spy guys that are either old, injury prone, useless when they don't fit, or when we get a new manager that wants to play different type of football. Deeper, bro. Like if he wants to get Eric Dyer a new contract, by the way, I've seen the reports today. Did Eric Dyer he wants to give a new contract, bro. If he wants to give him a new contract, he's gonna leave next summer, and when we get a new manager that wants to play forward the back, Dyer cannot play in our team no more.
But then Dyer can go on back in his original position and playing a double pivot.
But
he played in midfield originally, did he not?
But he never played that position for like 3 years now.
That's true.
He can't because people realize it's too easy to kind of deal with him in midfield. That's why he was even pushed back to centre back.
Yeah, I hear that.
So for me, it's like you can't use Ben Davis no more. You can't use Dyer no more. You can't use Sessegnon no more. You can't use Perisic no more. You can't use Longley because Longley, for me, he needs to be playing in a free and as left-sided centre back. So this is 5 players I just named here, and all these guys these are all 5 players that Conte likes. People like to ignore. People want to go at Eric Dyer. Conte likes Eric Dyer. He likes Eric Dyer, bro. So for me, it's like he ignored that position. There were literally multiple targets that we could have chased to be playing that position. He ignored it because he wanted Bastoni at left side of centre back, who didn't want to come to Tottenham, bro. And I'm like, this is what I'm saying. This is not the club. You can do this type of things because you can see we are pleading, but you want us pleading more because you want specific players that don't want to come to Tottenham. We don't have the type of clout to just check. We're not Real Madrid, bro. We not can knock on the door and like, come over.
I hear you. Yeah, you better hope your next manager for what you just mentioned there, your next manager who you get in can play free at the back. Because you do have a lot of players that are
100%,
specialists
100%.
in terms of centre
We have,
backs and wing
we have,
backs.
we have, we have this. We will have to be getting a manager that can play the type of system up until they get these type of players getting sold out of their team. But this is what I'm trying to say. Do we really want to sell our soul for this guy playing this terrible football and bring me nothing? Just to be like spending money and buying washed up players, some shitty players and that. I'm like, yo, I'm not here for this, innit? So if Conte gets like a new contract, I'm out on loan until how long this contract ends, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Wow.
I'm not here. I'm not here with him, bro. I'm not doing this, bro.
That's crazy. I do think Spurs. I think you get out of your group though. I think you get out of the group.
So all I'm saying, if you don't beat Sporting, trust me, we're not making the group, bro.
Yeah, I think you'll beat Sporting though.
Bro,
as much it'd be hilarious to see the meltdown for you lot to not beat Sporting. Very similar to what I said about Chelsea. They'll get out of their group. You'll get out of your group.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, Eintracht Frankfurt, bro. Frankfurter. Venus, bro. I called these guys trash, bro. From the beginning, day one, bro. And these guys literally could have done a comeback on us at home with 10 man down. And they were only playing like 30 minutes to go, bro. I'm telling you, if there's anything possible, it's under this guy. Under the board guy from. Trust me, don't be surprised if we finish 4th or 3rd.
That would surprise me, I'm not gonna, from this now situation. And that's not because I think Spurs are great.
And the only 2 wins are against teams that finished with 10 players.
I hear that, yo. I hear that. But I'm saying that home.
I don't know why you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't get that.
It's not a benefit of the doubt thing. When I look for all Conte's faults.
No, like I'm saying in this UCL situation, why are you picking them to go through?
See, because I think they're better than Sporting. That's why. And I've only seen Sporting in glimpses.
Flawless. Did you think 2013 Juve was better than Galatasaray?
Yeah. I hear that. I hear that.
You think 2019 Inter was better than Shakhtar COVID team? I did, and we saw what happened.
I'm telling you. The manager tax is crazy, bro.
The manager tax is crazy, but in the situations you're talking about, I don't know that scenarios going into.
I wish it was this simple, fellas. I wish it was that scenario.
That's what I'm trying to say. It makes literally.
What I will say is, I don't know what the situations and you're talking about. What the positions they were in game week 5 and 6. I don't know the position. I'm looking at it from this situation.
The situation is
the great thing is we have the internet, brother.
Yeah. Check it, please, because that might change it.
I want to say all they had to do was beat Shakhtar at home, like the Shakhtar.
I hear that, but what? Now, give me the game week. Sorry to cut you off, Jens. Give me the game week 5 scenarios, because that's where we're at. I want to know where they was at and the other 3 teams from game week 5. Go on, Jens. Say what you're gonna say about the manager tax being there.
Oh, I'm sorry, the manager tax is wrong, bro. Because funny enough, I do believe the quality is there in this team to go and beat Sporting. We should have beaten them the last time, even away. The issue is the manager stinks in this competition, bro. He stinks, bro.
Mm-hmm. He does. He is bad.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. So, Inter.
I know it's tough to try and figure out because you gotta go back and where they're at. But when I look at it, I'm like Sporting at home, Marseille away. Even if you get 2 points from those games, 2 draws, you'll go through. I think. Let me have a look. Depending on other results. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me have a look.
I gotta look up Inter Milan's.
Yeah, no stress. Me and Jez can talk through this. You're currently sat on 7 points. Marseille and Sporting both on 6. Frankfurt on 4. So even if you get 2 points from Marseille and Sporting, you could technically go out. But that's banking on both Marseille and Sporting beating Frankfurt in the other leg, in the other games, which isn't a guarantee. So I could see.
I'm sorry, the manager tax is full, bro. I was when Peter told me about the tax, when I look back actually at all these results, I actually went back to all the teams.
I've got it. I found it.
Go on.
So in 2020, 2021, Inter went into match day 5 with 5 points. Right? They were playing Real Madrid at home.
Yeah.
They lost 2-0. Then match day 6, or they were playing Real Madrid away.
Yeah.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Or no, they were at home. They're match day 6. They're in Ukraine against Shakhtar.
Mhm.
All they needed was to beat Shakhtar in Ukraine because Mönchengladbach were obviously going to get folded by Madrid, and they would go through. And they drew 0-0. And they got, not only did they not go through, they got 4th in the group and got dumped out of Europe entirely because they couldn't beat Shakhtar. What happened in? I'm assuming
Shakhtar Donetsk, bro. Shakhtar Donetsk.
And this was Shakhtar Donetsk during COVID era, who had like 14 players missing for a UCL match, which they were playing Inter in. I'm pretty sure, by the way, and drew. They literally had under 21 kids playing. Yep. First game, Shakhtar 0-0. Last game, Shakhtar 0-0. It is what it is, man.
That's not good.
Oh, they weren't away in the last match. They were at home. They had Shakhtar
yeah,
at home.
that makes it worse.
All right, let me look up the because that was the group with Mönchengladbach. Shout out to them for going through and eventually losing to City, I think it was, or something.
Hey, shout out to Mönchengladbach, even though they gave Liverpool a Champions League. But we move. Yeah, because I'm looking here, I'm like...
The other one, I think the other one is worse.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Prime says, Flawless, you're wrong about Oli tax. Conte tax is the heftiest tax in world football. It's definitely Oli tax. At least Conte
I'm taking all the tax right. I'm taking all the tax right now because why? I'm getting vibes at least. I'm on vibes, bro.
Oli wouldn't make it. You won't even be on 7 points with him in this group.
I don't care. I'm getting at least vibes, bro. I'm getting vibes
because I'm forgetting it's on head to head as well. It's not goal difference in regards to Champions League. So did you draw? So against Marseille and Sporting, did you draw? Did you draw against both these teams?
No, Marseille we beat them. Sporting we lost.
Okay, so you could still technically go through. Like
that's what I'm trying to say. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose to Sporting, bro.
Wait. In 2019-20, they finished 3rd in the group with Dortmund and Barca because they couldn't. Let me look at the teams. Yeah. I want to say this was a Barca team of random kids.
That 2019 team didn't have Haaland, I think.
No, they didn't.
That team didn't have Haaland. This was still a young Sancho, a young Hakimi, I think even. So these guys weren't even like
Inter Barca 2019.
I think even Hakimi wasn't there at the time.
All right, so they lost to a team. They lost. Oh my God. So Junior Firpo at left wing back, Umtiti Longley to Debo as center backs, Musa Wag at right wing back, Neto a backup goalkeeper, a midfield 3 of Arturo Vidal, Rakitic, and Carlos Alenia, some random guy named Carles Perez and Antoine Griezmann up top. Went to the San Siro and beat an Antonio Conte team. A team that had Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez, Biraghi and D'Ambrosio back, Vecino, Brozovic, Borja Valero in center mid, and Skriniar, De Vrij, and Diego Godin at center back with Handanovic in goal. They basically played a full-strength team and lost to a team of kids with the Champions League round of 16 on the line.
Bro, deep, bro. That Barca team is worse than our team.
They had 42% possession at home against the rotated Barca team coached by Ernesto Valverde.
Oh, dude. You trying to see what I'm saying, bro? Don't be surprised if you finish this group 4th, bro. And I'm you know
fourth would surprise me because I think to finish 4th. Nah, because Frankfurt would have to win for you lot to finish 4th.
Bro, Frankfurt, you have to. Bro, Sporting have like 3 red cards, bro. And they're gonna miss 3 starters. I mean, still not gonna beat them. Watch, bro.
Yeah, because Marseille and Sporting would have to be
the team that got folded by Dortmund.
And then Frankfurt would have to beat Marseille on game week 5 for you.
Wait, they were 2-0 up against Dortmund in Germany and lost 3-2 in match day 4. Hey, that's your guys' guy though. That's people's manager.
This cooking session I'm just waiting for.
Yeah, because
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Sporting win like 1-0 or something. Don't be shocked at all.
Because you have to, because against Frankfurt, you have the better head-to-head. So Frankfurt would have to they'd have to get 4 points from Marseille and Sporting for that to happen. Because you get a better head-to-head record. Yeah, so it makes it tough for you lot to finish 4th. Because if they do, let's say for instance, they beat either or and get a draw from the other.
So hold on. So what?
Because Frankfurt are currently 3 points behind you.
So that's what I'm trying to say. We lose both games.
Even if you lose both games, they still have to get 4 points. They have to get a draw and then win bare minimum.
I trust them to do that.
So you think, all right, so yeah, let me ask you. So obviously the next game, so you got Tottenham Sporting, Marseille, Frankfurt. How do you think that goes?
We lose both games, bro.
No. No, not involving Spurs. Frankfurt are at home to Marseille. How do you see that going? That game.
Oh, wait, Frankfurt at home to Marseille. Oh, they're gonna win that game, bro.
So you think Frankfurt beat Marseille? So this is how we're gonna do it. So yeah, we're gonna get your prediction to do. So according to you, game week 5, and what about you lot versus Sporting? What's your prediction for that?
So for me, Sporting, I think they're gonna win 2-0.
So you reckon you lose to Sporting and Frankfurt beat Marseille, according to you. So that would put Sporting on 9 points. So that will put them top of the group on 9 points.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And then you lot would be second on 7 points. Frankfurt would be third on 7 points, and then Sporting will be on 6 points. So it'll be 9, 7, 7, 6 is what you're saying.
And then obviously Frankfurt is gonna play Sporting, but by the time Sporting gonna be through, so they can't just rotate. But Frankfurt, there's still loads to play. We have to go to Marseille away, and I believe we're gonna battle it there as well.
So you think you lose so you think Frankfurt beats Sporting, and then you lose to. So Frankfurt would beat Sporting, and then you reckon you lose to Marseille?
Yes, and this is how we finish fourth, bro. Because Sporting can rotate the last game; they don't have to play no more. Their best team.
So yeah, you're saying. So that means that. That being said, that Sporting would want to go through as group winners. So if Frankfurt beat them, they would finish above them. But there's only 2 points between them.
Hey guys, in the 2019 Champions League, Inter opened at home to Slavia Prague. They needed a 92nd minute equalizer to salvage a point. That was one of Slavia Prague's 2 points in the entire group stage.
This guy,
free me of this terrorism, man. I'm gonna anyway. I don't care no more. I told man, I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm here. I'm just here to when people are gonna be raging that we didn't make it through the group. I'm gonna be like, regardless if it's gonna be. See, the thing is, I would be more upset finishing third than fourth because I need to watch us more games. That's the thing. It's more painful in the just like I said, I take the full spot. I don't care, but what's the point going through to the next one, getting slapped by whoever finished first in their group?
You might draw Club Brugge, man, and then you're into the round of
Club Brugge are better than us.
Into the round of 16.
You think they're definitely beating Club Brugge?
Club Brugge are better than us.
People in the chat. Hypothetical situation. Somehow Tottenham survived this group. Somehow they draw Brugge in the round of 16.
What?
Do we really put our hand on our hearts and say Tottenham are going through?
They get out of this group and we weren't expecting that. So yeah, I would say they go through. I would fancy them to go past Club Brugge.
So Antonio Conte would double his knockout round?
Yes, I think this is the time he does that. I don't know. Yes, 100%. Without seeing much of Club Brugge, I think Spurs. I think personally, me and Jez collectively could manage that Spurs group and go, all right, we can navigate Club Brugge.
I disagree, brother. You haven't watched Brugge.
I haven't watched a lot of Brugge. That is fact. I will say that. I haven't watched a lot.
When Noah Lang and Kamala Suwa gonna be dunking all over the defense, I'm sorry, bro. You're fucked.
But even with yours to finish the group, because like I said, I don't see Sporting wouldn't rotate because Frankfurt would be 2 points behind them, so they could still finish. So that being said, Sporting Frankfurt, who do you have win, or do you have that game as a draw?
I have Frankfurt winning the game still. Oh,
still. So you have Frankfurt. So according to you, you'd have Frankfurt as group winners. So Frankfurt would finish on 10 points. Sporting would finish on 9 points. And what about Marseille Spurs at the end? You reckon Marseille beat you?
Yeah, Marseille gonna beat us.
So Marseille would be Marseille would also be on 9 points. But I don't know between Marseille and Sporting. I'd have to check who has the better head-to-head record.
Oh,
because they both finish on 9.
Right. No, wait, Marseille beat them twice.
Okay, Marseille, so that means Marseille will go second and Sporting will go into Europa. That's what it is.
Are we gonna be football? You see, the vision is there. See, funny enough, if we go through the group here, if we go through the group, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be more upset, bro, if we go through the group, man. Like, bro, the only benefit we get from this is getting coefficient points for the new Champions League, bro. That's the only benefit, bro. But what's the fucking
And the
point
money
of
as
it?
well, man. And the money, man.
Yeah, like
Revenue.
we're gonna see, like we're gonna see those 2 million, bro. Like, I'm cool, man. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be more upset if we go through. I can't do this football no more. I can't watch this. The less games, the better, bro. Get me out of the cup competition fast, bro. Get me just out of here, bro. So we can just play the league once a week, so I don't have to suffer twice a week. I'm tired.
Martin
Robbie.
said, "Hey, you're right, Eddie." And man said, "I'm tired, Robbie." Martin said, "There to be climbed." I hear you, Eddie. I legit think they are going. I'm with you, Eddie. And all bullshit aside, I think they make it out of this group. Genuinely, I think they get out.
Words, brother.
I don't think. Hey, there is, man. I called your team. I did the same thing. I said you lot will make it out.
We're not out of this yet.
You'll make it out of your group, man.
Okay, brother.
All right, let's go there.
They got the better manager anyway.
So we'll switch lanes. We'll go to the Chelsea lot. We will get to the United Chelsea draw as well. People continue to get your questions in. All right, let's switch lanes and we'll go from North London to West London, and let's go to Chelsea.
Never go back to North London, man.
So Chelsea currently sit top of their group, like Spurs. They're currently on 7 points. RB Salzburg on 6 points. AC Milan on 4 points. Zagreb on 4 points. Chelsea play Salzburg technically today now. 5:45 p.m. UK time kickoff away in Austria. We'll go to you, Peter. Are you not confident of getting a result? Bear in mind, I told you would be in this situation. Like, let me just point that out. That leading into match day 5, I said you would beat Milan twice because I don't rate Milan. And that's not just because I'm wilding. I'm trying to get out Snoop and wind up Snoop. I genuinely don't rate that team. They are the definition of individual brilliance. As a team, AC Milan don't excel at anything. And I've watched them enough to know this. They're not defensively sound. Their midfield, you can't say is defensively great or offensively great. And their attack isn't offensively great. Yes, they have players missing. But you don't have players missing. Rafael Leao, of course. Hernandez, of course. I've heard a lot of good things about the goalkeeper. But not only did I watch him twice against Chelsea, it was one of their opening day matches as well, and I wasn't impressed. But over to you, Peter. RB Salzburg. You confident? Not confident?
Look, man, this coach said he was already going to make rotations. I don't know, what kind of irrational confidence he has in this entire squad, but it's a very dangerous game, man.
Yeah.
Look, Chelsea can't lose tomorrow. They can't afford to lose. If they don't lose, they're pretty much through.
Well,
I think if they don't lose, we are through, actually. Unless Zagreb beat Milan. Which isn't because Salzburg and Milan play each other in the last game.
Okay.
So they both can't overtake us if we draw. Unless,
Milan definitely can't overtake you if you draw. No, they can't.
Yeah, so unless Zagreb beats Milan, which would be funny, but I don't know if that's going to happen, right? So basically, don't lose tomorrow. A win would be fantastic. A win would mean they win the group, but don't lose. Am I confident that they won't lose? Kind of, but am I confident that we're going to win? Also, not really.
All right.
I don't know how we can watch the last 2 performances and just decide we're going to score goals somewhere tomorrow.
Hey, you're not going to play against defenses as good as ours each time, but I hear your point.
Yeah, sure, man, whatever. But we also didn't score against Zagreb. Also didn't score against Brentford. What are we doing here?
Yeah, man, Flores, get a goal against Insta, but
What was that? What did you just say?
I said get a goal against Insta, but
yeah, get a goal against Ammonia, man.
Hey, it's what it is. We peppered the goal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen. We won the game at the end of the day.
Don't make me call Real Sociedad to come back, man.
Hey, we spinning the block on Real Sociedad. Don't worry about that. We spinning. Hey, we definitely are. We are spinning the block. I can't wait. I wanted to play them the game after. I can't. We spinning the block on everybody. I can't wait to play Sociedad.
Full time. Manchester United 0, Real Sociedad 1. Disappointing.
I can't wait to spin the block on Sociedad and Peter.
Hey, not
I cannot wait. I think they're gonna win.
I cannot wait. I know we go. I know we're gonna win.
You guys hear the Europa League music and start playing like garbage. I don't know.
I know we're gonna win in that. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Famous last
We
word.
played well. Every game by the Sociedad game, we played well. In the Europa League, I'm talking.
Yeah, but then like, why are the games always like a struggle?
Yo, it's because it's not like it's a struggle. It's because the competition group stage is just trash, man.
You guys know that like you guys would need to beat Sociedad by 2 goals or more.
2 goals. Yeah. I'm fully aware of that. I'm confident we'll do that. We'll get onto that. But yeah, I'm confident. I know you two ain't confident at getting through your European groups. I've said from the longest we win the competition. I've said this. Say that again.
Hey, bro, wait,
I'm glad your Wi-Fi froze in it. Hold on. I'm glad it was
we're talking about. I'm confident that we're gonna make it through the group, bro. We're gonna finish second.
Oh yeah, you're gonna finish second behind Manchester City. Ha ha ha!
Yes,
you're
yes.
so funny, Jess. Ha ha
What are you talking
ha
about?
I can't wait for Dortmund to get dunked out in the next one. No? I hope you draw Club Rouge. But go on, carry on, Peter.
Oh, we're gonna beat Club Rouge. What are you talking about?
That's not gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna say. When they're like in the semifinal or some shit, I don't want to hear it. But nah, like in all seriousness, they just can't. Don't go there and lose because then it just makes it like awkward. If they go there and lose, we're probably not going to win this group. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. And then that opens a can of worms that I don't want to open. Like, I don't want to sit through another round of 16 draw and know that we could draw Bayern Munich again. That was not fun. It was not good.
If we finish second, we're definitely going to see Bayern.
I hope that happens, man.
Yeah, like, look, just look at the tables, right? Like, Liverpool are in second. We can't draw them because of country rule. Also, they're shit. Porto are somehow in second in the terrorist group. Inter in second for now against Barca. Although Inter are probably going to be second.
In second, probably.
Yeah.
Marseille
currently occupies second in Tottenham's group, and we couldn't play Tottenham anyways, but they're ass. Salzburg are in our group, so we can't play them. Leipzig, their ass. Dortmund are kind of good. And then Benfica are actually playing pretty well, but like most of these teams out of pot 2 in this round of 16 draw are trash.
Agreed.
There's no reason to dip into pot 2. You want to be drawing one of the trash teams. You don't want to be the trash teams.
Spawn.
Like it's very simple.
Well, right now you spin 110%. Because even like people have spoke and I'll talk on more, and it's like, oh, if United do finish second in our group, and then we could potentially play one of the dropouts, that's not guaranteed, or even further down the line in the competition.
How that works?
Yeah, please do.
How that works? Because I know they get split into different pots.
So it is potential. While Peter looks that up, that could potentially happen. But I've said watching the Champions League, I don't fear any of the teams. Obviously in third, any of the teams who are currently in third right now in their Champions League groups, do I look at and go, that's scary. Could we lose to a Barcelona? Absolutely, we could lose to a Barcelona. Could we lose to an Atletico Madrid? Yes, but I'm not fearful of it. I'm not.
Okay, so
you're not scared of the mighty Conte?
No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. No, bring whoever. I've said this, man. Bring whoever. We're running it back on Sociedad, Atletico Madrid. If they drop down, anybody can get Barcelona. Anybody can get it. I've been saying this. Manchester United Europa League winners 2022/23. I've been saying this shit.
All right, so the 8 teams that finished runners-up in the Europa League groups are seated above the teams that finished third in their Champions League group stage. So clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. So in theory, United could draw an Amsterdam, Atletico, a Barca, a Sporting, a Milan, a Shakhtar, a Sevilla, or a Juve. There's no sort of like UEFA coefficient protection. It's just country protection for that.
Okay.
But you can't draw another runners-up in a Europa League group. It'd have to be one of the Champions League groups.
All right, it'll have to be. Just don't bring me. I don't even know if it'd be fit, but don't bring me Juve. I'm not trying to see Juve. No.
Hey man, you trying to play Atletico Madrid again?
No, I'm just thinking of that Paul Pogba dagger. That would just hurt so bad. It's got that written all over it, man. I don't know if he'd be fit or not in terms. I don't know his time frame. I think he's training again, but that's got Paul Pogba written all over it.
Hey man, that Juju man is not going to do anything, man.
I don't need that. Yeah, that's like Madrid. If they want to run it back, tell them we'll run the fade back. We'll run the fade back. Run the fade back. Damn.
Hey, what about Istanbul?
Whoever. Who?
What about Istanbul?
Everybody, man. Everybody. Rematches with everyone. Rematches with everybody, man. We running back the fade with all these teams.
Hey, man. But nah, it's look, in all seriousness,
Go.
I don't even care. Like, I don't think United are gonna win the group.
First.
I just don't think it will happen because I actually think Sociedad are a good team.
Hmm.
Like, they were missing a lot of guys when they came to OT, anyways.
Well,
and they kind of like stunk out a draw and or stunk out a win and got a win because of the refs. But like, it happened.
Yeah, that type of shit is just.
You
that's
know,
how I put it down to it. That's why I didn't wild out after it happened.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's going to make it really hard for them to win the group. I don't think it's worth crying about or really stressing about until you see what the draw is. Obviously, like if United wake up and get Barca, that's funny, but like that's not actually super funny because then you're going to have to play like Lewandowski in the fucking Europa League. I don't know.
That's the only player I fear. Like when I say fear, I fear him.
But then again, like you're going better than I thought you would in the league. So I don't know if it's like super depressing to get knocked out of the Europa League. Like if you want to win stuff, so like ideally, yeah, I get it. And the Europa League gets you into pot one of the Champions League the next year.
Yeah.
But like it's not the end of the world, like how losing to Atletico Madrid was the end of the world, if that makes any sense.
I get your point. Yes.
Like I truly think expectations should begin to shift for United now. Like
in terms of what?
You got through the shitty run of fixtures in the league, and you're not far off qualifying for the Champions League via the domestic league. You're not that far away. We are a club in transition for whatever you think about it that's clearly happening.
That's fair.
Liverpool are terrible. Yes, Newcastle are cool. I like it. Like it's a great story. They're playing well. But like I'm so sorry. They're not some sort of favorite to get top four. I figured people would be gassed by their recent performances. I get it. It's a long season. We have to see it.
Facts.
Tottenham's just been attacked by terrorism.
Tottenham haven't sunk out of the top four yet, but they're the one club in the top six I don't think are finishing in the top four. No matter as long as that manager stays, I think they have no chance.
I see. Bro, like I said it already, bro. That woman that left the prime minister spot, she saw that Man United terrorism that happened at OT and she had to resign, bro. She couldn't deal with that type of terrorism, bro. She could deal with Iran, Pakistan, all these people, bro. She couldn't deal with Conte, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Nah,
bro, I don't think they're finishing in the top four. I don't even consider the possibility that Spurs do it. Because in 17-18, we were second on New Year's Day, and everybody was depressed. And then once we fell out of the top four, like, we were never, like, Lewis says, we were never going to make it anyways. We were never good enough. This motherfucker lies. We didn't drop out of the top four until April. And then we just never were back in. Once we fell out, we never got back in. Like, our form was just going down and just down. And you knew there was no way to, like, really reverse it. And I feel like Tottenham are in that. Like, best start in a 10-game best 10-game Premier League start, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm like, that's all well and good, but they're still ass. Like one thing Conte can do is get results and play like ass.
We've seen this, yes.
That's not going to survive for an entire year. Like Kane is scoring pretty much a goal a match, and look at where they're at. Like all that happened is Kulusevski got injured and their team fell apart.
Yeah, they was at their with the players they had. They was at their maximum.
Nah, that's the thing. Kulusevski, I already told you before, if I had to choose who gets injured between Son or Kulusevski, it has to be Son, bro. Because like
you did say that.
Kulusevski is like so important. When you just even look from the statistics, the guy is at least probably top 2 most important player in this team now, and he just only came in January, and it's like, for me, it's like crazy to think like the people try to compare with Luis Diaz, because like you can really see the quality when he's on the pitch, like, and the bad thing is we're relying on him to come back from injury and straight away perform, because this terrorist can just not create any sort of tactics to actually get our players just perform better.
Yeah, I hear that. That's it. I'm just confident. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying this. Like people keep. I don't know if it's because it's coming from me or people surprised to hear me talk confident for the first time, but that's because like I have a manager I believe in. I have players I genuinely rate. I have 2 very good midfielders. I have a functioning midfield. This is all new to me. I actually have a functioning defense. I have defensive stability as well. Like
Hey,
I have a manager getting the
welcome
most out. I have said that again.
Welcome to this feeling, man.
Yeah,
Welcome
like
to
I have a manager who's getting the most out of players I don't even rate. I see the manager getting the most out of resources he don't have because we're so short. It's frightening. Like in certain areas. Even when I was talking on Battle of the North, United currently have 0 fit senior center forwards. We have 0 fit senior strikers. We have 1 senior fit right winger. We have 1 senior deep line playmaker. We have 2 centrals. We have 2 senior center backs fit. We have 1 right back fit. And we're only mid-October. And our squad is stretched like that. So this is why I think top 4 will be a struggle. But when I look at Europa, could we go out to a Barcelona, Atletico Madrid? Not even necessarily in the next round. I'm saying further on, quarterfinals, semi-finals, yes. And I'm not saying Manchester United should be feared because we shouldn't be. If I was a rival fan, I wouldn't fear Manchester United, but I don't fear other teams. There's no one in Europa League I look at and go, yeah, I'm trying to avoid them. So I like Champions League when we was in the draw, and I put out on all my socials the night before, and I said, if I wake up and we draw PSG, I'm going to be pissed. And then we drew PSG, but then they did the draw again, and then we got Atletico. I'm like, it's not like that where there's certain teams, Peter mentioned it, like with Bayern Munich, there's certain teams you're not trying to see. There's nobody in champs, in Europa League, I'm like, I'm not trying to see. Because if they were that good, they wouldn't be in the fucking Europa League. That's how I look at it. Even teams who are dropping down, people are, Barcelona are a good side. Couldn't get out of a group with Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Victoria P. That was Manchester United. We would not get called a good side. Manchester United were in the Champions League this year, and we failed to get out of a group with Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Victoria P. People would not call us a good team. But because it's Barcelona, people want to sugarcoat it. Like, nah, man, call a spade a spade. Inter Milan are not a good side. Calling them average from what I've seen, I've watched them 3 times now, I think, this season, is being kind. I actually think they're worse than AC Milan. I don't rate Inter Milan, but I called Inter Milan when me and Bainesy did Stats, Facts, and Vibes, and I was saying, there's people like, oh, you're talking bad on Barcelona. I said, they're not getting out of that group. I said they wouldn't beat Inter Milan in the last match day, and they didn't. I was like, there isn't nothing to be fair. Again, they have the best player on the pitch in Lewandowski, whoever they play in the Europa League. He's the X factor. He's the player I fear. But I still think we have enough to get past them over 2 legs or in a final of some sort. But we'll see. But Peter, before we close out, because we're having to close out the stream, we got Jez's predictions on how the Spurs groups finishes. How does the Chelsea group finish? So tomorrow, today technically now, how do you lot do against Salzburg? Chelsea win, draw, Salzburg win. What are you saying?
I'll say we win, man.
Okay.
I'll say we win. I can't see 3 draws in a week. Like that's too much. That's just a lot. Like
right.
everybody's kind of stressed. We'll win, and then people will get irrationally confident. And then who do we play next? Brighton away? That's a draw. Damn it. All right, we're going to win, and then we're going to draw, and then we're going to beat Zagreb, and then we're going to beat Arsenal. We're going to get sent to God in the Carabao Cup against City, and then we'll beat Newcastle and go to the World Cup, and then forget about, like, club football for a month. That's what's going to happen.
Fair. So winning that game 5, so you'd be on 9 points. Salzburg would be on 6. And I'm guessing you have Milan beating Zagreb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's straightforward.
Why not? But no, I think we'll beat Salzburg and Zagreb. We'll draw to Brighton. I think we'll beat Arsenal because that's 4 a.m. and I'm pretty sure they're away in Europe like prior to that game.
Oh yeah, because it's midday. It's an early kick.
Kick. And then we'll lose the City in the Energy Drink Cup. People will be mad, and then we'll beat Newcastle.
Right, first. And what do you think will happen in your last game against Zagreb? You think you get a win there?
Hey, we better fucking beat them, man. Like,
so basically, you got Chelsea going through as group winners.
Yeah, at this point, yes. Like the moment Milan got that red card for what I don't actually think was a red card, I was like, we have to win this group now.
Okay, first. And you have AC Milan finishing second in the group.
Or
you reckon Salzburg can nick it?
I will say, well, because the thing is, right, if we beat Salzburg and Milan beat Zagreb, then Milan need a point in Austria to go through. I think Milan will go through in second.
First. See that? So you got Peter having Chelsea go through. You know what I'm saying? But both of them have Spurs going out. I have Chelsea going through in their group as well, but I think Spurs will get through. So it'll be very interesting when we do this show in a fortnight. What's happened? I think in a fortnight, the groups will be. Let me double check. I think
They
both
should be
groups will be over. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's the actual. It'll be the week, the Monday after.
We're making it through the group anyway.
Yeah, well, because the next will be 8th of November. I'm just having a look at it. No, not the 8th of November. Sorry, the 7th of November. It will be. So, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, people. Please make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. I know we didn't talk much about the Chelsea Manchester United draw, but there wasn't really too much to say. Chelsea and Manchester United drew again. I think it's got the most draws in Premier League history. I think. You know what I'm saying? I seen a stat like that, so it wasn't no surprise. But yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you get over to the Twitch, people. Make sure you get over to the Twitch for the NBA regular season watch along. Chicago Bulls versus the Boston Celtics. I'll be there. Some of the man will be there. I'm not sure who, but when you just come on over to find out, people. But get over to the Twitch. That's Sarcasm City TV. Download the app for free. Download the Twitch app for free. Sign up for free. And the same way you watch and comment on the YouTube is the exact same way you watch and comment on the Twitch. And you don't, you know what I'm saying? And what was I going to say then? And yeah, like I said, it's free. And if you're not over on the Twitch, you're not getting all the Sarcasm City TV content. You're only getting half. So if you want more content, more great content, head over to the Twitch. NBA's over there. NFL's over there. We have other football content over there as well. So get over. Jez, we'll go to you. Anything you want to add before we close out?
Free me from this terrorism.
This guy. Yo, Pierre, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, man, hop over to the Twitch. We'll talk about a real sport that we can actually enjoy.
You both you man miserable like that. I'm enjoying football.
I'm not miserable.
I'm enjoying football too, man. I'm enjoying watching Dortmund.
To be clear, like I'm not miserable. I'm in very much like wait and see.
Oh, with Chelsea.
Yeah, like people getting upset about like individual results. Like in the grand scheme of things, the only reason I don't want to go out in the group stage of the Champions League is because 80% of the Champions League participants are ass. So like, I'm not saying they're gonna win the Champions League. I don't have that confidence. But like, let's be honest. Like, I just read off the group of teams that are likely going to be runners up.
True.
Outside of Benfica and Dortmund, I'm trying to play all of them.
Yeah.
And if it came down to it, I'm trying to play Dortmund. Like, I'm sorry.
I want to see Chelsea too, man. That would be a good game still.
Yeah, we'll mop you.
Let's see. Let's see.
But like, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So like,
well,
I don't know. But as far as like individual games, we drew against Brentford. We'll probably draw against Brighton at the weekend. Like that's not a fixture we like traditionally do well in. Mm-hmm. But we don't lose, but we don't win. We draw against them a lot. We drew twice last year. I think we drew once. Our last 3 games against Brighton have been draws, actually.
So you doing up the draw thing, so you can see that. Big up to Ray Millie as well. Big up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't beat them since the opening game of 2020, 2021. Mm-hmm. When to be frankly honest, we probably shouldn't have beaten them. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of draws, a lot of like indifferent performances. Graham Potter has to settle on a team eventually, but everybody wants to feel coddled and loved and appreciated. So I understand why he feels like he has to play everybody. But our results might suffer in the short term. So whatever, man. Like we draw, we win, we lose, whatever. Like I want to see what happens when things go wrong. It's all well and good saying, back the manager, give him time, be patient when you're winning. Those are easy things to say. No. But like, what are you going to do when things are not easy? What are you going to do when things get complicated? I want to see. And until then, until I feel like I've gotten my answer, I'm not going to make any grandiose predictions or like emotionally invest. Because part of me thinks this manager is going to get stabbed in the back the way our last one did.
Okay.
Like, are we still in that cycle and we just don't know it yet? Or are we really about like revolutionizing this thing? I don't know. I have to wait and see. And I think that's fair.
Okay. We are wait and see. Another thing we will wait and see also, people, is both Chelsea, Spurs, and Manchester United's fortunes in Europe. Because like I said, next time we do the show, we will know what's going on with both Chelsea and Spurs in the Champions League and what's going on with Manchester United in the Europa League. Because all 3 of us have made bold predictions. Like, no one sat on the fence here. Everybody said exactly what they think is
I
going
don't
to
think
happen.
what I said is bold.
Interesting. Now, bold as in terms of you stood on your opinion, like you
Oh,
were
yeah.
strong with it for all three. Like
I've been
Spurs,
on
Chelsea,
I've been on all these opinions though.
yeah. But a lot of people will just saying sit on the fence, but that's not saying we do over here. Which is why I said bold opinions. I
Man,
like that.
Tottenham suck, man. I was here first.
I like that.
Tottenham suck.
I
That's
like
not
that.
Free. I just want to see vibes at my club, bro. Step overs. 1-2s. Triangles, bro.
Triangle.
I just want to see triangles. Not depressing.
Been there.
90 minutes.
Been there.
Oh, I can't do this no more. End the stream.
End the stream,
I
Dave. You know what I'm saying? But love to everyone that's locked in. We're back within a fortnight. There is a playlist for this show on the channel as well, so you can see Man United Ballers at the Bridge, talking at Tottenham Talk podcast as well. But like I said, get over to the Twitch people. Gonna go live in a second. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs podcast, all mixed in live stream. Big up for everyone who has locked in.